Hello and welcome to the fourth video on movable do solfege. You should now be fairly comfortable singing the major scale and the natural minor scale using the solfege hand signs and syllables. You should also be reasonably comfortable singing both the major and natural minor scales using the practice tips from video 2. If you are not quite at that stage yet, I recommend spending a little more time becoming more familiar with the two scales before progressing to this video. Okay. So if you're still here, you're obviously ready to open up a lot more harmonic and melodic variation to your solfege vocabulary. Let's start by looking back to the natural minor. Those of you who have had experience with music theory before may be aware that there are a few different types of minor scales, rather than just the straight natural minor, also known as the Aeolian mode. The other types of minor scales commonly taught are the harmonic minor and the melodic minor. The harmonic minor differs from the natural minor in one aspect, the raised seventh. If you're interested in knowing a little more about the different scales used in music, I'll put a link to the excellent series How Music Works by Howard Goodall in the description. Can you hear that there isn't a strong desire for the melody to resolve back to the tonic of the melody? Composers thought that by using a note outside the normal note selection, they could increase the amount of dissonance or tension in their music, and therefore the impact of resolving this tension would be greater when it occurred. The most obvious note to emphasize through resolution is towards the tonic, so the raised seventh, and thus the harmonic minor, was born. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, si, la. Look at the way that we've notated the harmonic minor scale. Notice that it is the seventh degree of the scale that has been altered, in this case raised by placing a sharp symbol in front of the note. If you don't know what a sharp symbol is, it is a type of accidental. If you don't know what an accidental is, it's a symbol used in notated music to tell a performer that there's been an alteration or a note outside of the normal scale which is being used. There's three basic types of accidentals: the sharp, the flat, and the natural. Whereas sharp means raised by a semitone, flat means lowered by a semitone, and the natural is simply just the normal note of the scale. In the case of on a piano, it's the white keys. This is a fairly crude explanation of what an accidental is, but for the purpose of these videos, it will serve us well. Solfege hand signs and syllables are linked to specific scale degrees relating to the tonic note of that key, as we know. This means that when we raise the seventh degree of the natural minor scale, we must show this in the hand signs and syllables that we use by altering them. Raising the seventh degree of the natural minor, so becomes si, and the hand sign changes from so to si. The last type of minor scale that we're going to look at in this video is known as the melodic minor. It differs from most scales used in Western music, as its construction is altered depending on the melodic direction. Ascending, it is a natural minor with a raised sixth and seventh degree, while descending, the sixth and seventh degrees are lowered again, creating a descending natural minor scale. As before, we were altering the sixth and seventh degree of the natural minor scale, so the solfege syllables and the hand signs of the sixth and seventh degree, fa and so, are altered to fi and si. You can also see the similarity in the hand signs. Natural minor. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. Harmonic minor. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, si, la. Melodic minor. La, ti, do, re, mi, fi, si, la. Singing the melodic minor can be tricky because the upper part of the scale requires you to move the 6th and 7th degree up by a semitone. With a little practice of the solfege hand signs, they can become very useful to help you keep track of exactly which scale degree you are altering and how you are altering it. Let's try it together nice and slowly. La, ti, do, re, mi, fi, si, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la.